Welcome to Monday night's Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Boyle Sports in conjunction with Cafe to Use, Solly Hall, Munchies Cafe at Alton, SAS Autos and Borsley Labour Club. A bad day at the office or signs of things to come? This is still a work in progress, so I'm asking you not to call for heads to roll, but to have a little more patience. We've seen glimpses of what Pep is trying to create. Let's be very grateful that we are not Bolton or Bury, or even Coventry for that matter. We don't need a bedsheet B6 style approach. We are Blues, and we must be resolute and together as one army. Please, let's back our club. It's Stoke at home on Saturday, and they will be noisy. We have to be up for this one from the off, stronger together. And as Kev Kelly wrote to me earlier, at least our owners are willing to back this project, and we are still in the Championship. As for Bolton and Burnley, there for the grace of God. Go us. As always, strap yourselves in, guys, and get ready for the Tilton Talk Show, the one and only one in the world. Going worldwide on Facebook, and of course, usually going out tonight on Switch FM 107.5, but there is going to be no show this week, obviously, because we're at the bank holiday. We've changed that, so let's do this. So very good evening, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show on a Monday night. Paul Hipkiss, greetings.
Good evening.
Or a.k.a. Mr. Sheen. Mr. Fun, good evening to you.
It's Tuesday night.
It's Tuesday night. I'm going to be confused all night. It doesn't take much to confuse me. Don't take a lot.
I like pointing things
I'll probably
out.
turn up to Blues on Sunday.
It's important to get facts.
It is important to get things right. And Mrs. Brown. Okay, right, so we got clobbered the weekend, 3-0, 0-0 at the first half, defended resolutely in the first half, and then it all went to pieces in the second half. Their second goal, clinical. I don't think anybody could have stopped that one. Perhaps a little bit of blame for the campage on the first one, I don't know, whether he could see it, whether he couldn't, but we came well, and a lot of supporters are really, really, really proper disgruntled now. We've lost twice, 3-0 away so far, and 3-0 in the Cup. Away record isn't great. We've got to do something about that.
Yeah.
But I'm still not bitterly disappointed like some folk are.
I think we've got a quality squad. We've got good players. He just needs to find a balance where he can link them up playing well. I think I said before we came on air that we miss Magoma, Marabti and Montero, who have all got pace. There's not really anybody else in a forward position in the squad.
We couldn't play
at
Montero,
the moment,
could we?
No. But there isn't anybody else in the squad going forward with pace other than those three, really, that we've got in our squad. So I think I'm hoping that when they come back into the fold, it's going to make a difference to us going forward. But I don't think we need three centre halves and two defensive midfielders, because it leaves Fialba a little bit isolated and the two guys up front. Because I'd rather see somebody more attack-minded like Crowley, instead of maybe one of the defensive players, and just free that position up for a more attacking position to get us more on the front foot to cause teams problems, because we're just not causing anyone any problems, are we? We're not a threat going forward.
I wouldn't say that, because we've scored some good goals at home, certainly.
Even against Barnsley last Tuesday, it took us 60th minute to. We scored. Obviously, we it was a good performance in the end. The last sort of 20 minutes were great, but first half again, we weren't really causing them many problems.
I wasn't too personally disappointed.
No, I wouldn't say I was disappointed, but when you're setting up at home to Barnsley, I think for me, you want to, be going at them from the first whistle. And I thought we were just a bit too defensive again, especially in the first half against Barnsley as well.
Your thoughts? Greetings, by the way. Welcome. That's all right.
Thanks. Hope everyone's all right. For 50-odd minutes, considering how well Swansea have started this season, I thought it was a very professional performance on Sunday. In terms of keeping our shape and frustrating them, I thought we did that well in the first half.
They're going to be right up there at the end of the season, aren't they? They're going to be right up there.
They look decent.
Yeah.
They look decent, but it's 5 games in, so who knows what happens. Bolton looked decent 5 games in last season.
They've just sold their best striker as well, haven't they, Swansea? McBurney's just gone to
yeah.
United, so.
But they've got that Baston who has come back on from a 2-year loan in La Liga. So But yeah, they're a confident side, and like I say, I think for 50 minutes, obviously you want to see more of a threat going forward. Yeah. I think there were a couple of occasions in the first half where we broke, not lightning speed, but we broke relatively well. I think one culminated with Bialba dragging a shot wide, and then a couple of other occasions the link up between midfield and Jimenez wasn't quite there, weren't quite on the same wavelength. But again, it's 5 games in. The one thing we've reiterated time and time again is patience with this group, patience with the manager, patience with the players that are coming in, and then let's face it, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. Nobody's going to is willing to give this manager and this side patience. It is either you hit the ground running or you're done for some reason. It's really disappointing to see, but that is just the way it is. That's the way football is. Individual mistakes cost us. Davis not closing the shot down quick enough. Camp probably should have, if he looks back on that, he got a hand to it at the near post.
Pulled off a great save just before that.
Yeah, from the set piece. Yeah, it was a good save.
Good save. Yeah.
But I think he'll be disappointed not to push that one away.
Yeah.
Whereas Harding, we lose. I think it was Bialba who lost possession in the middle of the park, and Wes has not followed the run of Selena, and he's scored. And then the third goal is we've pushed a few people forward, and Roberts has stuck a leg out, and the guy's gone over it. So, it's very disappointing to lose 3-0 away from home. Of course it is, and like you said, we've had that twice now in the league. I'm not asked about the cup. No. I'm not fussed one bit about the cup.
Portsmouth, because it was a different team.
It's 11 changes.
Yeah,
I'm really not fussed one bit about the cup. Okay. But the last 2 league away games we've lost 3-0, and we've conceded sloppy goals, and we've struggled to look a threat. But we're trying to get things. It's this whole there's no heart. For the second away game running, there's no desire. The players don't care. I'm sick of hearing that. Honestly, it's just nonsense, absolute nonsense. The players want it to work as much as anybody. I saw a comment. The players aren't even interested in it working. They don't believe in it, so they don't care. What absolute rubbish! Complete and utter nonsense.
It certainly worked at home, didn't it?
But against Barnsley, I honestly thought that second half against Barnsley was up there with, for excitement levels, which is, let's face it, right? And this is another thing that I want to get across now. The whole we sacked Monk and brought Pep in to play pretty free-flowing attacking football. I don't think anybody was ever promised Man City style football. I think it was we want a bit more excitement. Especially at home games. We had a lot of draws last season at home. Now, I had a conversation with somebody coming out of St Andrews on Tuesday night after the Barnsley game. Would we have won that last season? With a side who came to sit back at us? Would we have won that last season? Yeah, possibly.
Possibly not. We don't know.
we might have relied on a bit of genius from Che Adams, who we haven't got anymore.
Who also hasn't scored for Southampton yet.
Well, yeah, but it's obviously a big step up for him. But similar to how it took him time to really get going at Blues, it'll take him time to get going at Southampton. But
on a positive note, we obviously won the game in the end last Tuesday, which is a positive, and the standing ovation for Rich Burgess as well in the 50th minute.
That was a game changer.
I thought the team rose after that. It was just
that and
everyone rose
when he walked around the pitch.
Jimenez.
Yes, Jimenez.
Yeah.
When Jimenez walked around the pitch and got that standing ovation.
Yeah. But by that point, we were 2-0 up when Jimenez went off.
But that 50th minute was special.
Yeah,
it was. Fantastic. Yeah, and I thought he took his goal as well, really well, Jimenez. Yeah, excellent ball from Seddon, and the way he took it down and dinked it over the keeper was quality. You know, and obviously Djukovic's header as well was outstanding.
5 days later,
5 days later, every one of them are the worst players we've ever seen, and we're obviously going down. But
we've obviously got a plan when we go away from home to just try and thwart teams and nick a point, or maybe nick a 1-0 on the break like we did at Brentford. It is a dangerous way to play, isn't it? Really,
I think the biggest criticism I can have is that we're too deep as a back three.
Yeah.
You need to be further upfield, because if you're sitting in your own half with a back three at times when you haven't got a hell of a lot of possession, by the way, which we mentioned last week about having possession, and then everybody was saying you wouldn't moan if you had 10% possession and won 1-0 every week. That's what happens when you don't have possession. You get the opposition keep coming, and so that's what we need to get better at. We need to get better at keeping the ball, and I think we do that if we're 10 yards further up. Each line is 10 yards further up. The midfield will be picking up the ball in a lot more space, because the midfield, Sunjic was picking up the ball, but because we were so deep, Sunjic was picking up the ball, Davis was picking up the ball, and the Swansea front four were on them. Never mind the Swansea midfield were on them.
Yeah, difficult. Mrs. Brown, we've got a new competition today. New competition?
We have got a competition to win 2 tickets for Saturday's game against Stoke. Which
Kick off 3 o'clock at St Andrew's Trillion Trophies Asia Stadium. Just to put it all right.
And I'll be giving details about the competition around about 8:30.
So what you've got to do is listen to the whole show. Right, make sure you've listened to the whole show, because that's the clue. Okay?
That's the tip.
That's the
Listen
clue.
to the show.
That's the clue. And we've also got a little game to play a bit later, Paul, haven't we?
We have indeed, yes.
A little bit of fun.
Yes.
I love fun.
I
I love
Fun.
games.
Did that just for Mr. Fun as well.
Games.
Absolutely. Right, so 5 games in. 1-2, drawn 1, lost 2.
Yeah.
Not a bad record, really, considering it's a project, it's a work in progress and all that.
Yeah, and the games we've won, obviously the Barnsley one as well was. Barnsley didn't ever look like they were going to score.
The worst team
on
I've seen down
Tuesday
there for a
night.
while.
Now they might finish bottom with an awful points record, and we might look back on it and go, well, is it any wonder? But I thought generally on Tuesday night we were more than acceptable. Compared to, like I say, you wanted more exciting football. The owners wanted more exciting football. I think they got it on Tuesday night.
Leonard Edgerton, hi to everyone from Queensland, Australia. Did I say that right? Did I say that right? Yeah. Well, it's 4:30 a.m. Thank you very much for getting yourself up and listening to me. We were thrashed, to be honest. Tactically, we were poor, but there were occasional glimpses of individual class. It's just a case of finding a system that works for them. It will take time. Unfortunately, that is what a lot of fans don't have. Keep right on.
So, the system, people are very, very preoccupied by systems, and actually, really, I think if you're looking at a system or a formation, the only thing you want to be rigid is the defence, and if you've got 3 at the back, if you've got the 2, whether it be Davis and Sunjic, two central midfielders, the rest you want it to be fluid. I don't want to see a right winger stuck out on the right wing and that's his job. Because that's easy to defend against.
Yeah.
If you're fluid through the front line, then you're going to create more problems for teams. Obviously, and this is another thing about Sunday. There was a lot of criticism about the substitution. So when he brought Gardner on for Jimenez, at the time, I was saying take one of the strikers off. Now, I probably would have gone Crowley rather than Gardner, just to give us a little bit, to keep the midfield structure, but also, to give us a bit more ability on the ball. Because no disrespect to Gardner, but Crowley can make things happen more than Gardner. But at the time, you looked like you wanted a bit more solidity in that midfield, because we weren't getting on the ball enough. And I think it needed somebody else in that midfield. But it was, the game was ruined when he took Jimenez off and went defensive. it's not about being defensive. It's trying to gain a little bit more control in the game.
Going back to Tuesday's game last week, how good was Montero when he come on?
Incredible.
Oh,
He's super fast, isn't he?
yeah.
He's quick and he looks a bundle of tricks. He's done, and that will. I think especially if you're bringing someone like that off the bench with 15, 20 minutes to go against tired defenders, he'll cause people the world of trouble. Yeah. And I think if you look throughout his career, he hasn't started many games for people.
No.
I think people have seen him as that impact substitution. And if he can do that, then fantastic.
Yeah.
But he was
excellent when he come on.
And that
very
first
good.
bit of action where he turned the right back inside out about 6 times before getting a cross in.
It was
and
embarrassing for that right back.
yeah, but at times, if you've got a winger that doesn't know himself what he's going to do, how are you supposed to defend against that? Because if sometimes a winger is predictable, he might be brilliant, but if he's predictable, you can sort of defend against it or predict what he's going to do. Whereas Montero, he could have kept turning until the final whistle in that corner.
Yeah.
As Kev Kelly says, at this rate, point accumulation 7 from 15, we could end up 60 plus points, and that would do for me for job done this year. That's at this rate.
Well, yeah, but it's 5 games. You don't even look at the table. Nobody was looking at the table last season panicking when we hadn't won in 9. Don't even look at it yet. It's completely pointless to look at the table or points yet. Let's just see how we go. Let's take each game. It's boring and it's very cliche and it's very football, but take each game as it comes. See how we get on at Stoke, and then I think it's 2 weeks until Charlton away, and then see how we set up at Charlton away, and see how whether we're keeping the ball a bit better and whether we've got more of a threat away from home.
I want to talk about the Stoke game for a minute, if that's fine. I watched the Stoke game on TV last week, and my God, Jack Butland looked absolutely dejected, completely and utterly. From what he was when he was with us, he was bouncing and this, he just lost it.
I think at Stoke as well, he would have gone to the World Cup if he hadn't got injured. I think he was a friendly against Germany, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Where he got injured.
Yeah.
When he was playing for England.
That's right.
He missed out on the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he missed out last summer when Stoke went down. Everybody thought he was going to go.
Didn't get.
Everybody assumed he was going to go. I think probably the Blues owners assumed he was going to go. They probably budgeted for the fact that we'd get that sell-on fee when he eventually left. He didn't go. He actually had a fairly decent season for Stoke last season, even though they were disappointing. But again, he hasn't managed to get that move to the Premier League, and they've started awfully. And I think, like you say, was it Preston?
Yeah, Preston away.
Preston they had on the box.
Yeah,
and they look. Obviously, the one goal was a really big mistake from him. I think he took him out the.
Both goals were.
Were they?
Yeah.
I saw the one.
Yeah, he made 2 bad mistakes.
Yeah.
But all goalkeepers have bad games.
Yeah, they will.
I think he just needs to start again because obviously.
Well, he took him out the firing line this weekend, didn't he? He played Federici.
Yeah.
They lost 3-0, but that was against what looks like a very good Leeds side this season. Probably even better than last season. But yeah, maybe some time out of the team. After a 3-0 defeat, would you throw him straight back in for what is now a very big game for him at our place? It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't play him again.
And it's a big game for us. Every game's a big game for us, but this is massive for Stoke on Saturday.
Everyone is now.
And of course they're at Leeds tonight in the Carabao Cup as well, aren't they?
Oh, are they?
Yes.
So if they go out tonight, if we turn them over on Saturday, there's a 2 week break because there's an international. He could well go after our game.
Their fans will turn toxic if we start winning that game.
Yeah,
they will.
That's what you want to do. That's what it's a cruel world, football, but you want to play on that insecurity, and that their players won't be overly confident. So you want to get on the front foot early. If we can get an early goal, like you say, their fans will start turning their anger towards the team and the manager, and hopefully we can play on that.
But to people talk about the difference between the Championship and the Premier League, and there's also a big gap between League One and the Championship.
Oh, no.
And managers like Paul Hurst came up at Ipswich, had a really tough time. Nathan Jones now at Stoke, so And obviously we've experienced League One managers down the Blues, won't mention any names, that we've had nightmares with as well. So, you know, it just shows you the difference in quality. Also, some players have made the move up as well and not been able to do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it happens all over, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All over.
Yeah, there is a big jump in quality between each division in our football and in our leagues.
Sat outside the pub last night with my son and my granddaughter, and he told me not to mention pies. Sorry, mate.
Too late.
Sorry, mate. Well, we did the pie video.
It's a bleak subject.
Dear Birmingham City, all we're going to say is please bring back our poker pies. End of story. Piegate has just finished.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all that needs to be said has been said. Yeah.
It has. Yeah, we got a bit of stick over it, but I don't care. Yeah, the idea of the Tilton Talk Show is not just to talk Birmingham City Football Club. It's about fan issues as well, supporter issues. You know, what's good, what's right, what's wrong, and I think we've done that well over the 9 years that we've been doing this, and that is the philosophy, and that's what's going to continue. So if there's a problem with our supporters, then we'll bring it up on here, and they can chat and debate about it all they like.
Just don't ask me to try one of them again.
No.
Can we just quickly say, share, and share the stream to win.
Have a little share.
Have a little share. And if you're going to share to your pages and groups, which we haven't tonight, make sure you've got permission to do so.
Okay.
I've just had a little share.
I had a share earlier.
I've just done a little share.
Well
just a
done.
little one.
A little one.
Yeah.
Well done.
Only a little one.
Yeah.
It was alright, there.
There's nothing wrong with a little share.
That's good.
Didn't even hurt you, did it?
No, it's fine.
It was pain free.
Yeah.
Fine for it.
Share away.
It's good stuff.
All right, could we scroll, mister?
Yep, sure.
Thank you.
Ray Price is being very facetious. By the way, he's commenting a lot on this 5 games in.
The pies could get better. It's only 5 games in.
And I think of the Stoke
Be
issue as
patient.
well. He said, why would they sack him? It's only 5 games in. I think because we're saying it's 5 games in. He did have
Yeah, I see
last
what he's
season
saying.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he had last
I see
season.
what he's saying, but look, I come from up that area, right, and I do get to speak to the local Stokies, and believe me, they really aren't happy.
No, I
Proper
can imagine they're not.
They're proper unhappy. And if we can get out there on Saturday and spruce St Andrews up a little bit from the off, yeah, because I'm not being funny, when Barnsley fans are singing, "Is this a library?" Yeah, to the mighty St Andrews. Come on, make some noise. If we can get off to a good start on Saturday, then I think we'll
Yeah.
muller them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They're
Be
there
nice
for the
to see
taking
that.
at the minute.
Yeah.
There for the taking at the minute, and I'm personally, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in their manager. Couldn't give a monkeys, couldn't give a flying monkeys, right? And if they want to call for a Z, well, that's up to them. That's entirely up to them. But what I do care is about
That's what you want to play on.
our.
That's the
situation.
advantage you can
Right.
pick up. You know, the fact that they're not confident.
This is
they're
why
not
this is
happy.
why we've got to gel together on Saturday as supporters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And absolutely back that team from the off. From the second it's announced that they're coming out of that tunnel, right? Boom. Let Stoke find out what noise is all about proper. 'Cause they'll be coming in numbers, and they will make noise. They are a very noisy team, noisy set of supporters, and you know we've got to match it
Yeah.
and beat it.
Yeah. It was a good turnout against Barnsley last week, wasn't it? And
Yeah, I was quite impressed with that.
Yeah,
Tuesday
yeah,
night,
yeah.
actually.
Considering it was on Sky Red Button as well,
Yeah.
which doesn't help, does it?
You can't get Sky Red Button in pubs, did you know?
Oh, didn't know. Okay.
They've stopped
No,
it.
you can't.
Yeah, they've
Right.
stopped it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sky probably weren't earning enough money out of it, were they? Because that's all they're interested in, isn't it? Money.
They are.
Evil face of football. There goes my Sky career and presenting any shows.
That's
and
it. Yeah. Those views are just
Great news
ball
in for
and
you.
not-
Next Monday night we've got the legend is of course and one of our favourites, Tom Ross, coming into Chat Blues with us next Monday night. So look
I'm
out
sure
for that
Tom
one.
will have an opinion on
Tom will have lots of
on
opinions.
the
Tom.
on the start of the season.
You won't be able to get a word in.
I'll give it a go.
Give it a go.
You're gonna get him
I'll give it a really good go.
to, not that I want to mention him again, but are you going to get him to try a pie between now and then?
Get Tom to try.
Get Tom to try a pie
No.
and then come in and give us his review. Yeah.
Tom's on
And
a healthy
scroll,
healthy eating regime.
Right, okay. All right, Mark Adams. I was in Stoke Saturday and agree, Nick. They are not happy. They aren't, Mark. I mean, where I live, the guy that runs the club below me, he goes to every game home and away, and he's spitting feathers, man, at the minute, proper. I just want to go and rub some salt in his wounds on Saturday evening, please.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know whether
We've been there and got the T-shirt, though, haven't we? We know how they feel.
Yeah, of course we do. Of course we do. And, you know, it happened to us on Sunday. We get over it. We go again. Pick yourselves up, dust yourselves down, get going again. That's what it's all about. Well, all about it. Calm, patience, let the players settle. Sorry, Chris, we'll surprise a few in a good way. Chris Brown, sorry, mate, might have started, shared without permission, can delete if wrong. My mistake, keep right. I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be all right.
Ray BCFC Orton, is it me or sometimes does it look like Paul Hipkiss has a really?
Yeah.
As a blues greyish Mohican sometimes when he turns his head and the light shines on his head.
I probably wouldn't believe that.
Kev Kelly, I've got you, babe, another little share.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's way too early for that nonsense.
Why?
Way too early for that nonsense.
So the fact that you've said it's way too early for that nonsense means that you're in agreement to the last 15 minutes today.
No, I'm in agreement to the last 10 seconds.
Excuse me. Dear. Right, ladies, any news? Because you've got your shirt on.
No, not yeah. So it's not this weekend. The weekend after, I think it's the 8th of September. Is that the Sunday? I think.
Yeah.
That's the first game of the season at home at the newly revamped Solihull Moor
Lovely
Stadium.
to see Karen Carney opening that stadium last night.
Yeah,
wonderful gesture.
Very well
for her.
deserved. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, so that's the first game of the season. I think we've got until the day before is when the window closes, I think. So we've got about a week and a half left. If we can get a few defensive reinforcements in, then that would be ideal. But yeah, so we'll see where we line up, how many players we've got come the 8th of September.
Lee Malin's just written in, this was something we were going to pick up, Lee, but I'm going to do it now as you've just written it. Look, Sky were treating the Bolton and Bury collapses today like it was a transfer deadline day. Barrel of laughs, absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely.
What a filthy, horrible thing to do with people's
horrendous.
What a horrible broadcasting channel that is. Huh?
You really are doing your chances of a job no good, are you?
I'm 57, I'm 58 on Christmas Day. I'm not going to get a job with Sky, am I?
No.
I think for
I
someone,
might. I'm not saying these things. No.
I think for someone who gets on his high horse a lot about things, Jim White, you know, he it wouldn't have been his intention to do that, and I think he probably would be mortified if he was sat here now to hear our opinions. But whether it was his decision to have that behind him when he was speaking, I don't know. But
I think it was just
it's
horrible.
pretty. It was shocking. It really was bad, terrible. So whoever's decision that was, they need to have a look at themselves because it's really bad.
Somebody needs a serious head wobble at Sky for that. That was horrible.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You know,
I'm sitting there thinking, I saw it live. I'm like, what am I watching now? What's going on?
We've been so close to this ourselves, haven't we? We know what the feelings are like.
Yeah. They're just not thinking about, you know, the fans
And
or
credit to all
the staff.
Bury supporters for turning up this morning and giving the ground a clean. Well done.
Yeah.
Proper
I think
football.
there's
Proper fans, yeah.
Bolton fans there as well, helping at Bury as
Nice.
well. So.
Nice one.
I hope they both survive somehow, you know. I hope they can both pull through it.
Yeah. Difficult times for them. Difficult times.
What I would say about that is, I genuinely don't know where you go with it, because what's your solution? What's your solution to help Bolton and Bury out now?
It's a tough
Well,
one, isn't
certainly
it?
the Bury situation. Where did the fit and proper persons test come in again? For
Yeah,
the AFL?
well, and Bolton,
and
Bolton.
Why is
Bolton
anybody
have-
allowed to buy a football club for £1?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Right.
also put how many other businesses into liquidation.
Yeah.
Exactly right. unless you've absolutely proven to the EFL that you've got that financial clout behind you to invest in that football
Yeah.
club. He bought that club for £1 to sell it for a profit.
yeah, well, yeah. David Golden Sullivan did with Blues,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a different scenario.
was it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Good
it
point.
was.
Good.
I don't think it is.
Because we were on our haunches back
Yeah,
then, weren't we?
I think
The
it's
ground was
exactly the same
falling to bits.
situation, which is my point. This was us in 90 whatever it was when the Golden
93.
Sullivan took over,
1993, yeah.
and so 26 years later, it's happening to Bolton and Bury. Now, what also we're we're past the. It was 5 p.m. today, wasn't it? That they were supposed to have everything with the EFL.
Yeah.
Now, Berry announced that at like 3 o'clock, I think, that a deal with one of the companies interested had fallen through.
However,
now you've got 2 hours until an EFL deadline.
Just after 5 o'clock, they put another statement out saying that they've submitted 3 bids to the EFL tonight.
Okay.
And Bolton Wanderers are still in talks with their relevant parties.
Right.
So that is still ongoing.
So they're in talks with relevant parties, a number of relevant parties, and the deadline is now passed. So how are you supposed to do a fit and proper? How are you supposed to do a proper, stringent test on a possible owner at this late point?
Do you think the EFL needs a complete overhaul?
Yeah. I don't think they're fit for purpose for what the clubs need. However, what I don't agree with is people saying, just give them the money, help them out. Saying look how much money is in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Or, the amount of Man United, how much money Man United have got. They could give little old Berry, their neighbours. They could help them out.
That's fine, but my hometown, the high street in my hometown has been decimated, right? You don't see Tesco's coming along and saying, well, yeah, it's a little bit of a pop for you. You carry on. Enjoy.
Yeah.
No, it's
but
business.
also,
It's
you have to have a
as well.
viable business plan.
Because if Man United give Berry £2 million to keep going until the end of the season, then what's to stop every other club just spending beyond their means? Because Arsenal, if
there has to be rules in place.
Crawley go out and spend an outrageous amount of money. They could just say to a London club, "Oh, help us out." So you have to have something in place.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
You can't run these football clubs into the ground, and then beg for. I feel for the fans. Obviously, once again, it's the supporters who miss out on everything. Who are the ones who are let down?
I do think then the EFL do need to take some responsibility, though. Just letting someone buy a football club for a pound.
In terms of
like from day one, the owner of a football club needs to go through a more thorough test than what they're going through.
Well, the guy who's supposed to be looking at Bolton now is that Lawrence Bassini, who was suspended 4 years ago from Watford.
It's a shambles, isn't it?
For football.
Andy Monterio, none of the footballing authorities care. Fit and proper tests failed again. The FA say nothing. They should intervene. English football being ruined. The EFL are not fit to govern our league. I'm predicting a breakaway league in the next few years if things continue.
Well, we said last season that the TV deal, that EFL big championship clubs weren't happy about the latest EFL TV deal.
Mark Andrew Adams, I don't have Sky, Mark. Neither do I.
But the state of football, I think I saw somewhere Alexis Sanchez, 41 million, and it's not his fault, but he's got 41 million in his pocket since he's gone to Man United, and Berry need like 2 million to survive. But that's just
Alexis Sanchez can't give
No, I know.
Berry 2 million.
It's just the amount of money.
Everybody will do it.
I think it's just the point is the amount of money at the top level is just ridiculous, isn't
Yes, there's no share down.
No, it doesn't filter down, and that goes right down to Parks football.
I'm sorry, the Football League should be the Football League. There shouldn't be a Premier League, an EFL. For me personally,
English Football League.
The English.
I don't think you'd say that if we were in it.
I don't know because we've not been in it, and we know what it's like not to be in it. And I just think the money that Sky and BT have created for the Premier League is just disgusting. It's disgusting.
Jeanette Thomas, the fit and proper persons test is a joke. I totally agree.
Kevin Kelly, EFL are supposed to be the custodians of our game. They should have the reserves to keep the clubs running many months in advance to allow a successful transfer to new ownership. But at what point do you tell an owner you no longer own your own football club? Very difficult.
I think this Steve Dale at Bury now is clinging on and clinging on and clinging on because he doesn't want to lose money. Yeah. He doesn't want to lose his money.
What, £1?
Well, but you sell. You know, it's human. It's human nature. You'd do it if you bought something from a charity shop and then you realised it was an antique. And one guy is offering you £1 million for it, and another guy who's a little bit worse off offers you 500 grand for it. You take the $1 million.
Yeah. And as Adam Nolan says, where was the help for our club when we needed it? And we're still not out of trouble. We're not. We're definitely not. You know, and that slippery slide could so easily been us had we been relegated on that last game against Fulham.
I think there is a degree of business to it. You know, like you say earlier, Tesco's don't help out, Woolworths or whatever. But I just think it all stems from the beginning. If someone's going to buy a football club, they need to go through a more thorough test to be in the position to own a football club than what it is at the moment. Now,
You have to write to Company's House before you can create a business, don't you, Chris?
Sorry?
You have to write to Company's House before you can create a business.
You have to
Limited
register it.
business,
Limited
yeah.
business,
Yeah.
So there's some governance there at least.
But if you've got a guy buying a club for £1 who's put, 3 or 4 other businesses into liquidation.
He buys the club for £1, but obviously there's things to settle. So he buys the club for £1, but he settles all the creditors as well. So it's obviously more than just £1, but
we've been in the same position ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, and
so what's changed
like
in
that.
26 years? That's the question.
well,
Nothing.
yeah, nothing. Right.
The stadium has a bit.
Right. Tom
Well,
Gates.
no, I mean just generally clubs.
Oh, sorry, I think you meant down the Blues.
Bury got promoted last season.
I know, yeah.
Spent money to get promoted. Money they didn't have.
Look what happened to us.
So what you joke about it. Why would the teams who just missed out on promotion in League Two or just missed out on the playoffs in League Two last season be interested in helping Bury?
No, I get it. Tom Gent is looking forward to the Barry Fry evening at the Bordesley Labour Club coming up very shortly. That's plastered all over Facebook if you want to look for tickets for that. Barry Fry at the Bordesley Labour Club.
That'd be a good night.
Yeah,
I've written to him a couple of times, asked him if he wants to come on, but I never get an answer.
No.
I don't like
He's a
rude
busy
people.
man.
I don't care. I don't like rude people. Just write back to me and say I'm sorry I can't do it. Mate.
Yeah.
You know, Kenny Burns, there was another one. Not name dropping, Ken, but you know.
How many times have we heard that story?
Yeah, writing your own death certificate there, aren't you?
So what would we do different then, or Chris? What would you do different on Saturday against Stoke from what we did Sunday? You're pet now on Saturday.
I would go back to this expansive style of play because they're at rock bottom at the moment, and use the likes of Montero, boom, boom, boom down the wing, Juki, get in. Pedersen one from outside the box. Come on,
That's it then.
that's it.
Best tackle.
Sorted.
And he sorted out there.
We just played Montero, Djukovic, and Pedersen, and we're laughing.
And then I promise her, right? If we beat Stoke, I'll get back home on Saturday night. And I know I've got to go to work afterwards, but I will get a bag of chips on the way down.
That goes to our viewers as well. What would you do different? What would you do different from what you saw on Sunday?
Yeah.
I don't.
Sorry,
Sorry,
can I just
go on.
interject with our
Back on.
three-word review winner, who was Steve Hawkes. Cricket was better.
It was indeed.
Should we mention the cricket to Leonard?
I believe Leonard's English though, isn't
He
he?
is that, but he's probably
English-
got some friends
English by-
round for a
English
coffee
by
or something.
heart.
It's only 5:30 in the morning, isn't it? You know what I mean?
I would
So-
rather have a hot poker in each eye.
Would you?
What, the
Not
watch
a fan.
cricket?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't stand it.
Oh, it was outstanding. That
What an
one.
absolutely
Oh, no.
outrageously disgraceful thing.
It's a personal opinion.
Not a real sport.
Personal
I don't
opinion.
think it's an opinion.
Yeah, it's
I
not a
don't
real
like
sport.
cricket.
Come on.
Oh no. The EFL are not fit to govern and the government should intervene, put a sports minister in the top echelon to bring and guide the EFL through the business. Kevin, you speak far too much common sense. Far too much common sense. I've got to apologise to Linda Magna. Now, last week I did say that Linda said I had a sexy voice.
Yeah.
And it
It
wasn't that
seems to
Linda.
have got a lot more deeper since she said that, I've noticed.
Has it?
Yeah.
Well, hello. It was Linda Ensor. My apologies, Linda. My apologies.
What would we do? So I would
Yeah, what would you do?
pick Crowley
Yeah.
instead of Davis,
Yeah.
and I would go with that.
Same form, three at the back.
I'd stick the
And
two
then
up. I'd stick the two up top again. Montero on the bench.
On the bench?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And I'd run with it, and I'd give this group. Obviously, Colin is an interesting issue. Is he injured? I hope he's injured. I hope it's not a problem because he's a top quality fullback / wing back. And I like Wes. But,
What's the rumour about Colin then?
well, he
Took a knock, didn't he?
hasn't been around the last couple of games. But
He
I
did
think
take a knock though, didn't he?
I think Pep said the Swansea game was just a little bit
Too much.
too soon for him. So hopefully he'll
I'll
be
go
back
with
for
that. I'll go with
Stoke.
that. I'll trust what Pep says. Like I trusted what Gary Monk said.
Yeah.
Like I trusted what Gary Rowett said.
Yeah, so I
I'll go
think-
with it. While he's in charge, I'm going with it.
Yeah. So I think maybe Max for Harding. But apart from that, yeah, Max for Harding, Crowley for Davis, just to give us a bit more
speed and all.
Ability to keep the ball. A bit, just yeah. I want us to keep the ball more than, like I said last week. The more possession you have, the better chance you have got of dictating the way they play.
Call me old-fashioned, but I like wingers. I do getting the ball in the box with a good strike partnership. Like
Well, that's old-fashioned. Yeah, you're old-fashioned.
I'm old-fashioned, but that's
You
how
are
I like to see
old-fashioned.
football played.
Old.
and
I like a 4-4-2, and I like two wingers getting the ball in the box, like we saw last season. You know, we had two good goal scorers last season doing it.
Now, hi Uncle Chris from Libby.
Hello, Libby.
Hello, Libby from the Tilton Talk team. There you go. Drop Davis, Drop Davis. Jan Coley along Willaba, middle of the park. Drop Davis, get Max Collin back in, providing his fit. Play to up front. Start Crowley instead of Willaba and see how that works from Pete Taylor. And 4-4-2 from Darren Whitehouse. Camp, Colin Roberts, Dean, Peds, Mags, Sunich, Gardner, Willaba. Duke, Gimenez, attack with pace and use strength. Bring on Montero after 60 mins. Attack. Just find a way to get that ball in. That could be a good plan. What was that Saturday one there, Chris? Sorry. From Nick Wellsbury, Saturday, Maxine Collin play home, Stoke City and West Harding sub, and sub Davis, Magoma, Seddon, Gimenez. Well done, mate. Well done. Ray would play keep right on from the Millennium and get them to watch the Carling Cup final in the morning. Get dressing room up for it. Boom.
why would the dressing room not be up for it?
Why would the dressing room not be up for it, Ray? Answer that question. Sometimes you need a little boost, don't you?
I'd have thought Stoke at home would be a pretty good boost, actually.
It's like a sellout away.
You've just been beat 3-0 away from home. Again, I think a reaction is needed, and we got it on Tuesday night, so let's have it again on Saturday. I don't think there's any... I'm not really buying into the we need to watch a Blues game from 20 years ago to get yourself interested in a game of football, but...
Just get me interested, I must do it. I like 91 Leyland F Cup as well. It does. I watched that, mate. I could sob. Love it.
Great
beautiful, day. Beautiful. And more, Chris, please. Thank you. Right, Darren Clark, you don't get a lone player like Montero and keep him on the bench. Great player, but this three at the back isn't working. Montero is an excellent off-the-bench player, and he's proved that throughout his career, mostly, really, hasn't he?
Has he been given a chance from the start in many places though? I don't know what he did at Swansea. You see, I'm not sure if he played much from the start at Swansea.
Quite injury prone at Swansea. I've spoken to a Swansea fan. Also got to congratulate him. I don't want to do that really. Spoken to a Swansea fan friend of mine who lives down in Swansea, and he said, yeah, he's a brilliant player on his day, but watch the injuries.
Because when we signed Djukovic, he was mainly a bench player, wasn't he, from other clubs? So you never know. Sometimes players come to us and revitalise their careers.
And Jeanette Thomas, we need width playing too narrow. Mags and Montero for me. So Mags and Montero to start.
But the width comes from the fullbacks if you're further up, the wing backs if you're further up the pitch.
Yeah.
That was my point about how deep we were.
It could work.
Harding and Seddon hardly crossed the line, hardly crossed the halfway line in that first half.
Yeah.
It's about having the bravery to step up.
Yeah.
You know, obviously at Swansea, the message would have been keep your shape, keep your composure, quieten the crowd down, which we did all of that. And we knew, but we did it
we
by
knew also that we were up against a very tough side.
Yeah, and we were. But so first half we sort of implemented that very much to the letter of the law, but we sacrificed everything else for it. It's about look, and again, I can't. Was it Ray earlier who was a bit flippant about the 5 games in thing? But that's what happens when you have only played it a few games. I think we played four at the back against Bristol City, didn't we? And then 4 at the back at Nottingham Forest. So we've actually only played 3 at the back in like 2.5 games.
We did it at Brentford.
Yeah, 3.5 games. 3 and a bit games. We did it a bit against Bristol City, didn't we? So
yeah,
you know, it is still very new to these players, especially Harding and Seddon. You know, they won't have played wing back positions against quality Championship opposition. So it is new to them. It's having that bravery to step up, get the ball into the midfielders, get the wing backs wide, and that's when you can start dictating the play, and you'll see teams drop off rather than push onto you.
Okay. Gregory Beasley, interesting comment. This one, Roberts has to go. He can't pass for toffee, just not good enough at this level.
No, I think
Roberts is handy with a throw in, though, isn't he?
Well, he is, but you don't pick a centre half just because he can chuck a ball in. But I don't see the hate for Roberts either. I mean, the whole back five got an absolute pacing on Saturday. But Roberts was one whose name kept coming up. I don't see the hate in it. I think he's got the potential to be the best centre half we've got. If you keep playing him, like I said, keep playing them, stick with them. Let them. They are going to make mistakes because they're Championship players. Everybody makes mistakes. But if you stick with them and keep developing them, and get them working on the things that you want them to do, then they will get better. And Roberts will get better if he plays every single game. The moment you take him out of the team and drop him, his confidence goes again, like it did last season.
Comment here from Mark Andrew Adams. Roberts is a liability. Oosh. And Ray says thinks that Sunich needs a partner up front or alongside. Now, here's an interesting one there from Tim Crouch of Faraday. Welcome to the show. Tim Marabti is our best player. I hope we keep him and play him when fit. He is a good one.
He's very tricky with the ball going forward. To say, I mean, he scored a nice goal at Rotherham last season, didn't he? But I haven't seen that much of him really.
I think obviously he's been injured this season.
Yeah.
But
I have liked what I've seen of him when I have seen him. Yeah.
And in pre-season, he was the one when we were playing this 3 at the back with 2 up top. He was the one closest to Djukovic.
And did that work
up front? Ish. You could tell they were trying to link up.
Yeah.
He's not an out and out striker, so he's not going to be with alongside you the whole way through.
No.
He kept trying to drop deep every so often to pick the ball up or push out wide. But a lot of the time, like against Swansea, we were trying to feed balls into the channel to two strikers that don't want it there. They want it to their feet, and they want it to. Duke wants it to his chest or his head, and Jimenez wants it to his feet.
Yeah.
And we were trying to play. Whereas if you've got Marabti or Magoma or someone like that alongside up top, then maybe they could be the one who chasing in behind down the channels. But it's about keeping the ball.
Yeah.
You just got to work on that, keeping the ball better. We didn't do it well enough on Swansea, and that's why Swansea had so much time to keep coming at us.
Yes, Chris.
More importantly, Craig says, have we sorted the pie thing out?
Piegate. Well, it rumbles on, shall we say?
Yeah. Okay. Of course, the video did go viral. At least a couple of hundred.
I just hope. Well, listen. We met Claire Bowden.
Was it not well received? This pie video.
On and
off.
God, yeah.
On
and off.
On and off.
Yeah.
There was little.
I think it was debated in Houses of the Lords.
Was it?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, that's understandable.
Now, somebody said
That's a
just
pub up the
stick
road,
to
by the way.
football. Blues matters. Well, it is a blues matter, isn't it? If it's our club, right, and something's not right, then I want it to be discussed. But we did meet Claire, and she did say that she would be having a word with the powers that be.
Okay.
I'll leave that at that, because whatever that word is or was, I don't know. But we did voice our concerns.
I noticed that the catering manager joined the group.
Oh,
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, I hope you're listening, because
brilliant. Have we got a name? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Names should be kept names.
Yes, absolutely, yeah, completely, utterly.
Yeah. Don't want to put anybody in trouble.
But the amount of dogs abuse you get over
Yeah,
pies over
yeah.
the next 24
Anyway,
hours.
shall we introduce our new game? Because we want to give people a bit of time to. So yeah, what I want to do tonight is just ask our viewers.
Scroll to the bottom, Chris, please.
We've got all the letters of the alphabet in the to draw out for every week moving forwards, and
26.
there's 26 letters in the alphabet and in the jar. And
Shall I go through them?
if you want,
A, B.
Ends in Z.
what I'd like everyone to do, whatever letter we draw out, I want you to vote the best player you've seen at the Blues whose surname begins with this letter.
That plays for Birmingham City.
Yes, that played for us, sorry, yes, that played for the Blues. So let's draw out the first letter for the first week, which is letter...
Exciting.
Z.
Yeah.
It's X. XQ.
What are the
It'll
chances?
be Q.
It's letter F. That's an obvious one, isn't it?
Oh, difficult.
So it's surname.
Wow, that's
Yes.
a tricky one.
So, who is the best player that everybody has seen at the Blues, play for the Blues,
I'll take about
whose surname begins with the letter F?
Do you reckon before someone comes up
You
with
never
it?
had the joy to see him play, though, did you?
No, of course not. No.
No.
So I can say a different person, can I?
Go for it.
Obviously, there's different generations and whatnot, but
Who would be yours?
So straight off the top of my head, full sell.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
Barry Ferguson would have to be there
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, I'd agree with that as well.
Yeah. A lot of people are going for Force. Yeah.
Okay.
John
yeah.
Frayne, back in the day.
Bit
He was a
too
good
early
player.
for me,
He was a
yeah.
good player.
I was a great player.
Yeah. Kevin Francis.
Yeah.
Kevin Francis, big
yeah.
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 Howard
Yeah.
Forrington.
Howard Forrington. Wow.
Where did you get that one from? Where did you get that from?
Mark Adams.
Oh, it started Lee Famp.
Oh,
A lot of people are going for Full Cell, to be honest.
Yeah, full self for me as well.
so what I want you to do,
Keith Farley was a good player.
what I want you to do, right, is keep these
Yeah. and
write on the back of them
The
best.
Yeah,
and then what we'll do at the end is pick a dream team out of the best.
that's a good idea.
There you go.
Yeah, good idea.
There
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So
thanks to your 8-year-old daughter for cutting up the.
yes, thank you for my daughter for
Nick,
doing that. Yeah.
Nick Wilson says Steve Finnan. Adam
That's a
Wilkes
good
says
shout.
Paul Furlong.
That's a good shout.
Martin,
That's a good shout.
He was a good
Martin
player.
Swinsko says Francis. Peter Bernard says Trevor. Mike Graham Forsell. I think it's got to be close between Francis and Forsell, hasn't it? Depending on your generation.
Yeah.
So is it easy enough for us to count the votes?
Ben
after?
Foster,
Ben Foster was
I
good.
tell you what a goalkeeper it was.
He was very good.
Yeah.
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 cup-winning goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Furlong's a good shot. I used to like watching him. It's just a shame we couldn't keep him fit because if we could have done.
My son went to run to get his autograph and slipped on the shale outside the back of the old main stand.
Oh.
Scrazed all his knees.
Well, that was silly.
Paul Furlong picks him up, carries him into the medical room. Adam couldn't give monkeys about his knees. He's like, he's made it. You know?
Is that
He's
right
made
that
it.
Paul Furlong's son is on QPR's books now?
Yeah, he just gone to the baggies.
West Brom, yeah.
Darnell, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
signed
yeah.
for West Brom
Yeah.
this summer.
Yeah.
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 Any more, Chris, please?
Yeah, it seems like a lot of Super Kev or TF.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems.
Yeah, I think anybody that saw Trevor play, from what I've heard about
You've
him,
got to have.
you're going to pick him, ain't you?
Karen Frey, there's another one, Ellie Burn.
Karen Fry.
What? Ellie?
Tim
Ellie. Have
Matt
you seen like
Potts.
2 Blues games?
John Forsell, Phillips and Frayne. The Phillips doesn't really work that till
No.
after league.
No, that's a
We'll
P,
have to
that
leave
is.
the P
You're
date.
going to have to...
Well, I'm guessing not everyone will have seen Francis or even Fort Furlong.
Well, not everybody would have seen Kevin Francis.
No.
No.
So there you are.
His goal against Leeds in the Cup, wow.
Incredible.
Sick note Furlong. That's a bit.
It's a shame we couldn't keep him fit. We probably would have got promoted if he'd have stayed fit for one whole season.
Ifs and buts.
I know,
boy.
I know.
Ifs and buts.
It was unlucky then.
It just doesn't work, does it?
No.
Kieran Probert needs a explanation of the game because he's gone Peter Unlove.
So the game is we've drawn out the letter F, and we
Need
want to
an
know
F.
who everyone's favourite player is to play that they've seen play for the Blues, whose surname begins with the letter F.
You're right, Peter Unlove again.
Maybe Kieran just wants us to discuss Peter Unlove.
He was good, very good.
Very good player.
Yeah,
I remember I was at Leeds in the cup game, FA Cup game.
yeah.
And he
Scored him
scored
at
an
that, yeah.
absolute
Yeah.
worldie.
Yeah, I was at Wolves when him and Adebola ripped him to bits. Yeah, Adebola got 2, I think, and Unlove got 1. And it was just an outstanding performance.
You know, there was a room. He crashed,
Was
didn't
it
he? He had a
son?
crash.
It was his brother, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tragic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shine.
Yeah.
Peter Unlove, ladies and gents.
Ellie Burton's now banned.
Fodder chocolate.
I've been waiting for that. Frank.
That's a ban. That's a 3-show ban. She can't comment for 3 games
There
now.
you go. Forsell has passed his fee for a coaching badge and looking for a management position.
Yeah.
Richard Forsyth.
Forsell.
Oh, Forsyth. I thought you said Forsyth. Remember Richard? That's another one. Richard Forsyth.
No.
Andrew Kay's gone Ferdinand Coley.
Yeah. That's a C and you're being silly, Andrew.
Diego Fabrini.
Yeah, he never really shone.
Andrew
He
Cave.
had everything.
I think that's a fair shout.
How would he fit into this team now, though?
Oh, I mean, how many players have we signed on loan? And they did well on loan, and then we signed them permanently, and they're just not the same player after they've signed permanently.
Yeah. Ryan Mosley, Barry Ferguson for me, and Gary Hampton's joined. Hey, welcome.
You
Gary,
talk about
you're
players
late.
that will fit into this system.
You're
He's
late.
usually late. He was late for school.
Was he?
Yeah.
You know him, do you?
He's my best mate, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Barry Ferguson.
Somebody actually likes you.
Yeah, someone does,
Well,
yeah.
proper.
There is a few people out there.
Andrew Cage there, gone for Ben Foster. Richard Forsyth, the crab could only pass sideways. Pete Taylor. Yeah. And on to the next.
So we're sticking
So we can have a
Porcello
council,
Francis.
Yeah, okay, so that'll end that for now then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then after the show we can have a look, can't we? And
Yeah, we can.
and then we'll announce the winner
Yeah.
after. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your winner going to win?
Well, we'll have the lineup, won't we? We'll have the 11 players,
We'll have
or the
11
the 26 players,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then that'll be like the best players whose surname begins with that letter, and then, like you say at the end, we'll pick a
vote,
team.
We'll vote on the.
So if Forcell wins, do we have to go to Finland and present him with the
Exactly.
Tilton Talk t-shirt
Yeah,
for
all
being the best
expenses
player
paid.
to ever play with your surname beginning with
I'm
F?
sure Ball Sports will sponsor that trip for me.
So look out for this feature next week. That began with an F.
Ellie says it's my fiance telling me to put these. Well, it's him who gets the 3-show ban then. Disgrace.
You don't forget the winner of the 3-word review, Steve Hawkes, get in contact with me and you'll get a prize as well.
We have no other competitions this week, do we? Apart from, and it's now 8:30.
Keep sharing, and also, yes,
Keep
yes,
listening.
it's coming
Keep
up
listening.
soon.
Those 2 free tickets for Saturday's game are coming up very, very shortly. We've got to do that within the next sort of 5 minutes, Chris, yeah?
Yeah, 5
Okay,
minutes.
cool.
5 minutes.
Okay, wonderful. Right, predictions for Saturday, please.
Go on, you go first. I need time.
2-1 to the Blues.
2-1.
Yeah,
That's my score.
That hasn't given me much time.
yeah, 2-1 to the Blues.
I'm going to go 3-1 then.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I go 2-1 as well?
You're going
I'll
2-1?
go 2-1 as well because it's traditional for me.
1-1.
Oh.
Should we go first goal scorer as well to add a bit more spice?
I love spice.
Well then, who's the first goal scorer?
Spice and fun are the opposite
yeah,
ends.
yeah.
Opposite ends of things that I love and hate.
Synonymous
Love
with
spice, hate fun.
So I'll go 2-1, Robert's first goal.
Roberts. I'm going to go the Duke. Chris? First goal scorer?
I'll go the Duke as well.
You're going the Duke. And Chris?
Sunyic,
Sunic.
just so you have to spell it.
Volley from about 25 yards.
Take that.
Yeah, I'll take that more.
I'll take that. Mind you, I'd take scoring 6 on Saturday. Then.
4-2 Blues, says Andrew Cave.
Nice
My
one, Andrew.
goodness.
Good man. Good man. I'd love to see just a tranche of goals going in.
Oh, we've got the players to do it, but it's just obviously, getting on the front foot from the start and causing people problems from the first whistle.
Yeah.
Right, okay, see what's coming in then. Let's take some of these.
Camp
Adrian
first
Houser
goal
to
scorer
2.
5-5.
Right, Camp first goal scorer 5-5. Ray. Really. Linda Ensel's gone 3-1. Jimenez. Willaba from Kirk Evans 3-1.
Bialba. Can you say Bialba?
No, it's
Can you say B?
B.
Say Alba.
Bialba.
That's it. I'll do.
Glabala.
That's how you pronounce his name.
B.
Bialba.
That's all right. Okay.
Probably no.
Okay. Duke first scorer. Fourth scorer.
We were so close. So close. Oh, what a desperate shame. Oh, right, shall we go? Blues 4, Stoke 1, Bialba, Ray Hobro.
Bialba.
3-0 Pedersen. That's from Adam Wilkes. Graham Skilton says 2-0 with Crowley. Ellie Burton thinks we're winning in the 89th minute. Simon Watkins thinks Che is going to get the winner. Kieran Probert 2-1 with an own goal being the first goal. Steve Palmer is an optimist and he's gone 0-0
Mandy Irving's
Borefest.
the optimist.
I heard Mandy Irving's right.
Mandy
Yeah,
Irving's-
7-1 to Blues.
Mandy Irving's not well. Get well soon, Mandy.
I can remember us putting 7 past them at their place.
Yeah,
They
I'm-
were-
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Haven't they?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they stormed the pitch to try and get it, the away fans, didn't they?
No, yeah.
3-0 Blues Duke, says Jason Drennan. Darren Whitehouse has been having the same exciting life as Steve Palmer and has gone 0-0 Borefest.
Ellie Burton's fiance is ill.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do something
This
about
begins
this
with a
Ellie
letter
Burton.
Yeah.
The comments are not going well. Fran the Man scored first Blues goal and 2-1, says Gary Hampton.
Bialba.
Yep. And again,
Bialba.
good. 5-0, says Kelvin Hemborough, with
Nice one,
Duke
Kel.
getting the goal. Benji Smith has gone 2-2 David Davis at the double with a few shush emojis.
Quick question:
Yeah.
if the letter V is pronounced with a B in Spanish, wasn't it David Billa
Well, that's what they're going to be called from now on, isn't it?
or Bia?
Billa.
David Bia.
Well,
It was David Villa, wasn't it? So was it Bialba and
Yeah,
not
I'm
Villalba?
not sure. Not sure whether it was in Spain.
David Bia.
Maybe it's the
They don't
following
spell
on
G
to
like
the
they do in
L,
Spanish.
the L onto the L. Like,
No idea.
And G is a H as well, isn't it? Jimenez.
yes,
Yeah,
or a J, yeah.
yeah, it's the same as Portuguese, isn't it, with a J? Yeah.
Do we have any roundup on any football scores? Can anybody get those?
Do you want football scores?
Carabao Cup that's going on tonight.
I'll give you irrelevant competition football
A
scores.
very interesting little quick roundup. Yes, Chris.
Should be half time.
Competition time, competition time. I was just getting a beer.
Dun, 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 dun. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This week's competition to win 2 free tickets. I think in the Cop. Yes.
Okay.
In the
Should
Cop, I
be.
believe. Yeah. Yeah.
In the Cop, yeah.
And here we go. Listen in.
So, those that were listening carefully at the beginning of the show will have heard Mr. Pugh
Hello.
on, talking about the ladies' game. Is it ladies or women?
Women.
Women's game. Yep, okay. And a certain person opened up the new stand. Who was that person? Text win and the lady's name
Oh,
to 0777 911 7082.
82.
Go!
I'll write that down on the box.
Wow.
With your
If
name.
you haven't, if you yeah,
With your full name,
well, I should-
obviously.
I should- yeah.
Well, at least you have your phone number.
Paul,
Yeah.
Paul McGraw's just answered, but does it count if it's on air, or does he have
No,
to text
he
it?
has to text
So,
it.
Paul, you got to text it to that number.
Text win with the lady's name, correct
Anyone
spelling,
putting the
correct
name,
spelling
text it to that number.
for the lady to 0777 911 7082.
And is it the first one that texts in?
Yep.
First correct answer.
Correct and correct spelling.
Oh, controversial. You'd be disappointed if you get it and it's the wrong spelling. Right, do you want some scores?
Yes, please. Yeah, go on.
Bristol Rovers 0, Brighton 0, Burton 2, Morecambe 0, Cardiff 0, Luton 1, Crawley 1, Norwich 0, Crew 2, no, sorry, I got excited then. Crew 0, so-and-so 2, Crystal Palace 0, Colchester 0, Fulham 0, Southampton 0, Grimsby Macclesfield goalless, Leeds 0, Stoke 2,
Oh, no, I did not want to hear that.
Newport 0, West Ham 1, Nottingham Forest 2, Derby 0, Oxford 0, Millwall 1, Plymouth 1, Reading 1, Preston 2, Hull 1, Rochdale 2, Carlisle 0, Sheffield United 2, Blackburn 0, Southend 0, MK Dons 2, Watford 1, Coventry 0.
Okay. That's one score in there that I didn't want to hear.
No.
So yeah,
I
let's
can't believe
hope.
Watford are beating Coventry.
Let's hope Saturday now we can obviously, recover from the bad performance on Sunday.
Well, it looks like
Again.
Stoke are doing so at the moment.
That's what we had to do
Against Barnsley. without a doubt.
against Barnsley when we lost at Forest.
Yeah, so let's hope we get the same sort of reaction. Obviously, it'll be a tougher opposition than Barnsley, I think, though, Stoke. Although they're going through a tough time, I still think they'll be a tougher opposition
Yeah.
than Barnsley.
Yeah. And obviously, I don't know if he's changed the team a lot tonight.
Yes.
He has.
Well, the Leeds team.
No, the Stoke team.
I think all teams do, don't they, at
Yeah.
this stage of the League
So
Cup?
he might have a few players who are giving him a few selection headaches, which might can work one of both ways, can't it? So-
Here you go.
Please stop texting now. Okay, so we have a winner, and I shall have the person's name shortly.
Okay.
Well, we'll announce that at exactly 1:45. That's 15 minutes before the show ends, Chris.
Oh, God.
Just at the beginning of the last
Just
15
in time
minutes.
for me to
Just at the beginning of the last 15
make
minutes.
my move, I think.
You're being blocked in by chemistry. There's no way you're getting past that.
Yeah.
I better get the
Yeah, have you got ID?
Kevin Kelly says, Paul and Chris, footy question. Do we continue with camping goals? So many people going on about the near post shot from Swansea.
I thought he was
wasn't-
blinded. I thought he was blinded a bit for that.
I don't know, but it is concerning that it was another near post shot.
Yeah.
And he does. That's,
Yeah.
They did their own work on him. Go for the near post. He's not very good down there. He's not. He hasn't been consistent down at that near post since we've had him.
No.
But was he blinded? I don't know. Yeah, the camera angles can't really determine.
I think
that.
my first issue is Davis not getting close enough to block the shot.
Yeah.
He let Norton turn very easily and get his shot in.
Same with Lolly at Forest as well. He could probably
Yeah.
do better with that, but
Yeah,
he wasn't closed down
yeah.
enough either. I'm thinking back now across the whole 5 league games so far, and obviously at Brentford we won 1-0 and Camp made a few crucial saves in that
Yeah.
He
game.
made
Against
some
Bristol City in the
crucial
1-1,
saves
he made
against
he had three one-on-ones that
Yeah.
he pulled off some good saves from. So overall, I'd stick with him.
Did he pull one off at Swansea? But did he?
Yeah, it was a great
Yeah,
save,
yeah.
point blank header.
Did he pull another one off at the Barnsley game as well?
He didn't have to do a lot of Barnsley.
No, I don't
can't
think-
remember a
no, I think
brilliant
we-
save he had to make.
No, we probably could have played with aim against Barnsley.
Yeah.
To be fair, he wasn't troubled at all in that game.
My simple answer to the question would be: has Stockdale done enough to get back in? And we lost. He didn't look anything like against Brighton in the pre-season friendly, and he didn't look anything like at Pompey in the cup. So camp carries on for me.
There we go. So
I must say though,
Haynes is saying still camp over Stockdale.
Yeah.
Maury Minute saying David is lazy, and at what point
He was lazy
what was
then.
the point in loaning Ramos from Ben Pickering? I think Ramos is one for the future, Ben. To be honest with you.
yeah.
Right, Mike Smith is back on his own phone now rather than the fiancés. Can you blame me for the terrible?
Yeah. You're damn right I can, Mike.
Whose is it?
You're a disgrace. Having your poor fiancé to get all the stick, and now you come creeping back when it's the last 15 minutes, and I know you're going to be posting some rubbish on the last 15 minutes.
That's of course if I
Sorry.
were to go ahead.
Well, with any luck.
Dave Twine Stockdale's stole all the Booker pies. Piegate rumbles on, doesn't it? Camp all the way from Linda Magna. Curtis Phillips joined. Welcome to you, Curtis. Hope you're well. Hope your dad's okay too. And camp every time from me from Dave Tolly. I did see your dad actually at the game last week.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't get over to speak to him, but I did. I've seen where he sits, so I will pop up and say hello.
Legend.
Yeah, Dave Twine. No, I don't know what that's for. We need to see the Real Madrid
I think
goalkeeper.
I think he said no because somebody asked, do we want to keep the last 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And Dave, to be fair, we need to listen to Dave, really, don't we?
I think we're gonna have
He's a valued fan.
we're gonna have to have a poll.
Kirk Evans says first goal couldn't fault him. Second goal was what I thought he should have done better. Now I've gone the opposite way around for that.
I think that was a sort of a firing shot, went it into the roof of the net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
That's Harding's fault.
Gary
It's just
Hampton, there's
switched
10
off
men
a
in front
little.
of camp. He pulled off a world-class save, but we don't want to talk about that. Best distribution from a goalkeeper I can remember, definitely.
We did talk about that, Gus.
We did.
We did mention
We
that,
did.
Gus.
And Darren Randolph has always been extremely poor at the near post shots. Too.
Yeah, he has,
Infuriates me
correct.
at the time we play against him, and no one ever shoots there.
Yeah,
Lee,
absolutely spot
get
on, Lee.
message,
That was
get that
my.
message through to the camp somehow, mate.
That
Through
was
to
Lee,
camp.
that's Lee Mailing from Cafe to You, Solihull.
Who, what, sorry?
That's Lee Mailing from Cafe to You, Solihull.
Cafe to you, Solihull. Give him another mention.
Lovely cup of coffee.
One more mention.
Cafe to You, Solihull.
Will he be? Will Lee have his van at the women's games again this season?
Answer that, Lee, if you would,
good,
please.
Good question. Good
And if so, can you stock up on the Bovril and pepper? And you have
Kev
my
Kelly wants to know if
custom.
there's any news on the defender Alvaro Dennis Becker. I've heard nothing.
Clark Salter's another one we got in it who we haven't seen much of yet.
Yeah.
I think he'd been injured and he had a slight problem with his lower back apparently, so hopefully he's going to be fit to play
Dave
soon.
Twine says no, he didn't mean no to the last 15 minutes. He said no to Stockdale.
Are you sure, Dave? Do you want to just go back and check?
We're nearly there.
Dave Twine's a great lad. He listens to both shows. He listens to this show and the Speedway show.
And the Speedway show.
Very big contributor.
Top man.
Yeah.
Top man, Dave.
Top
Well
man.
done. You got a little diamond above your head that says top fan.
Top man, yeah.
Top fan.
Top fan.
Mike Smith Stockdale was poor in front post as well. I remember a number
And
of
far
times he let
post.
goals in a couple of seasons ago.
And the middle.
He's just the Czech and Doyle goalkeeper, isn't he?
What do you call Cole Dalton? What do you think of the three at the back? I'm personally not a fan. I'll be honest. I don't like it, but you know, that's just me.
I think he's got so much going for it if you get it right.
Yeah. I've seen teams play well with it, but you have to have the right type of players to do it, don't you?
But you need, if that's the way you want to go, you've got to accept that you've got to stick with it, and you've got to keep the players there, and you've got to get them working with it. You've got to live by the sword or you die by the sword. You know.
What about your plan B? You got to have a plan B.
Yeah, if it's 70 minutes, but we've shown that we can. We've shown that we can do that, and you know, maybe swap one of the central midfielders for a wide man, and or bring one of the centre halves off and bring on a wide man and try and go for it a little bit more. It gives you that flexibility. At the end of the day, we've played three at the back the last two games, and we haven't had a defender on the bench. So we're not going to mix it up at defence, are we? You know, if it's 0-0 with 20 minutes to go, we could bring say Seddon or Pedersen off, go to a flat back four, and bring a wide man on and go for it. A little bit of difference there. But.
Adam Wilkes says congratulations to our mate Richard Haylett on becoming God. Not literally, it's the new show he's in.
Oh,
in
yes,
the United
he is.
States
I
of
saw
America.
that,
Well done,
yeah.
Richard. Well done, Richard.
He's God.
He's got a new show, yeah.
Do you know that man
No wonder he
has
won it.
some ego? That does.
Why not go straight to the top?
Blimey now.
If you're going to play a part, you might as well play God. Mightn't
So
you?
you not
The only other person I know played God was Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, yeah.
So you knocked on God's door?
I didn't knock on him.
Lee Manning says fingers crossed on the ladies' game and just waiting for confirmation. And yes, I will. I'm well stocked up on Bovril and black pepper, Chris.
Do you know what? That is music to my ears, Lee. What a top man.
I'll come in.
I tell you what, he's got my custom.
Yes. And a Tilton.
You get that Bovril there, and you stock up on your black pepper.
Yeah.
Get it.
I have black
Two and a
pepper,
touch.
Everything. You can't see my dinner for black pepper.
Well, that's,
Really?
Absolutely smother it.
that's just silly, that.
Yeah, that's personal choice, isn't it?
I don't
Right,
think
can we
people
announce our
should be
winner,
allowed
Mr.
a
Brown?
personal choice.
Sorry,
Can we announce our winner
we can.
to
There we
the
go.
competition on who opened the newsstand at the Moors?
Please stop texting, by the way. Yes, our winner, and the first one, it was straight on, is Trevor Smith.
Trevor Smith.
Well done, Trevor.
2 tickets for Stoke or home on Saturday in the Cop. They will be waiting for you in the Cop reception. All you got to do is go down there and claim them, but you will need ID. Okay, so do take some ID with you. Okay.
Trevor.
Chris is organising that now as we speak. Right, Adrian Hell, give the scorer some credit. Ref, the first goal on Sunday, well placed. That fooled most by placing it near post rather than far post, but thought Camp was at fault for Forest's first.
Yeah.
He wasn't for Forest first.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Can I just say this is Trevor? So if you're on Facebook, Trevor, just message me. I need 2 names ASAP. Two names ASAP.
All right, okay, and that will be all done and dusted and organised for you. Congratulations, Trevor Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. We need to get the round of
I
applause back on.
know, yeah,
You know,
I'm not organised.
can't get the staff, can you?
Got new software now, so I'll have to get that sorted. Yeah.
It's a bit like having new pies at St Andrews, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah? Not good enough.
Not good enough. Graham says, should we get the smelly flag out on Saturday to help the atmosphere?
No.
Is that really going to help?
Well, I thought there was a new flag.
There is a new flag. Is it,
Yeah.
Has it come out? It hasn't come
It's
out.
been
Haven't
spoke
seen it yet.
I think
about.
that's an away flag. I don't think it's allowed.
I don't think he's been round the Cop yet, no.
No.
No, I
Friends,
haven't.
So why would you say no? I mean, it's a bit of fun. Is that why you're saying
That's
no?
what I'm saying.
Love it, love it. That makes me mad.
Also,
Go on.
I got a bone to pick. What's going on at half time? What was that nonsense at half time? There's tons of children on the pitch
Having
taking
fun.
a penalty.
Having fun.
Where chip and pin, the hilarity of seeing people fall over was very often last season the highlight of my day. And B, why do the kids get all the enjoyment in life?
You going to swear then?
No. Sick of it.
I can't wait till you get to about 6.
Why can't we have like 30, 50-year-old blokes lining up waiting to take a penalty against Bo Brummie?
What, with their guts hanging out?
Yeah.
We all stuck him in.
In full kit.
Massive thanks to Pat Begley. Pat Begley wrote, lads, it should be said more. Huge thank you for doing this awesome show week after week. Genuine thanks, very uplifting. You deserve credit for all you do. Keep right on.
Uplifting?
Thank you
Oh,
very
I'm
much.
doing something wrong.
Mike Smith, bring back slip and win.
Yeah, slip and win. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, it was slip and win. That was great. You knew that if they went to the third one, like halfway between the halfway line and the thing, they were gone.
They were gone, yeah.
They were gone.
Especially when you get
Don't
to,
even
like,
try it
I
because
never
you're going to
watched
fall over.
I never watched
when
it.
you get to November and it starts getting
Oh
back to
yeah,
slippery,
and they'd
coming on with trainers on.
they'd put the sprinklers on, and
Yeah.
then they'd turn them off just
Yeah.
before they came out. You thought, if you go there, you are doomed.
Could I have that next comment, Chris, please? Chris, good luck low. Why do you think our away form is so different to our home? Set-up, system, first choice players, or is Pep playing too defensive? Keep right on.
For you there.
I think, like I said against Swansea, we were 10 to 15 yards too deep. The whole side was, and that allowed Swansea to have more of the ball. I think even on Tuesday night, Barnsley probably had more of the ball than they should have done. But it's about keeping the ball more away from home. Obviously, there's more impetus on that side to come out and attack us. Whereas on Tuesday night, Barnsley almost played the way we did at Swansea. They just they sat back with no real attacking intent, and sort of thought if we get to 70, 75 minutes and it's 0-0, we've done our job, which I think was almost our sort of thing. But it's that attacking intent and playing. If we can get 10, 15 yards further up and keep the ball better, then we'll have a lot more of the ball, and you'll see. I think you'll see teams drop off us a little bit more, but
I think if we could get the speed merchants back in, the logs of Montero,
Yeah.
and that makes a difference. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course
yeah,
it does. Because
yeah.
Swansea knew. Swansea knew if
I've given you 4 minutes off. Right,
Oh, yeah, last 15, isn't it?
And we're into the
God,
last
that's gone
10.
quick,
I
isn't it?
know, very much so, yeah.
help.
Anything to do with a bank?
Okay.
Anything to do with a bank and a footballer?
Okay.
A footballer.
And a bank.
And anything to do with the inside of a bank?
Okay.
Check-in toy, isn't it?
Jack and Boy's got it out me, innit?
Simple as that.
Guzzy's
David Stocks.
And
style.
somebody just commented that I'm the only person that knows how to eat a pie. Forks.
those forks were outstanding.
Pussies.
That's the one good thing about the catering this year. Those forks are magnificent.
Did you take it home with you?
There was one in my bag. Yeah. I may have eaten dinner with that fork rather than the forks in my house.
Well, Benji Smith's in there early. Gordon Banks.
Gordon Banks, thank you.
Well, you don't find a bank in a bank.
Well, it's a bank.
Someone's-
It's in the bank.
I guess a row of banks is
Okay.
something to do with the bank.
I'll
Isn't it?
go with it. Stop being argumentative.
Andrew said, "What's this I hear about cheeseburgers with cheese in the middle and nought on top?
Cheese in the middle.
What?
What's going on there?"
Cheese in the middle. How can you get...
Cheese in the
Unless you've
middle?
got two burgers with the cheese in the
It's
middle.
just
I
not
don't know.
traditional.
I
I'm
don't know.
sorry. Yeah, it
I
must be
don't know.
some newfangled American.
Gourmet nonsense.
Gary Hampton, let's remember an outfield player can make 20 mistakes in a game and get man of the match. A goalkeeper makes one mistake and costs you the game.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
And a
Kelly's,
defender
Kevin
can.
Kelly's highlighted the reason why the new flag got banned. It had SOTV on it, apparently. So bring back the shed.
Sensitive souls.
Right, okay. Let's have a look.
Well, what's the
Yeah, we need women taking penalties.
Che-
We've got Check and
They're
Doyle
normally
coming in.
pretty
There's
good.
something interesting. Let's have a look. Evening, gents. Keep right on. That's Bick. VAR Singh. Paul Gascoigne
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
You didn't like it, did you?
He's not a footballer anymore.
I'm not sure about.
Well, he was.
I'm not
He
sure
was one
about
of the
that
best, but
Brian Gunn. No.
Brian Gunn?
one. Robin Banks with guns.
Robin Banks with guns. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's robbing banks with guns?
Have you watched Batman? It's in the Dark Knight.
No.
Right, can I have that next one from Kevin, please? Chris, that is being brave statement, having your back three on the 25-yard line, not on the 6-yard box.
But that's how you push opposition back. You know, and like I said, we were getting the ball into Sunjic, but he was in his own half, and the Swansea midfield and forward line were on him. You know, so he can't do anything with it. Whereas if we're 10 yards up the pitch and Sunjic is picking it up in between the Swansea midfield and their defence, you know, and we're turning and getting it quicker out, that creates that gives us the option to get forward.
Okay, so from Ray, the main stand, Hobro, Blues centre half, Mark Robert and Thief Fahy. Very good.
Not bad.
Chris Horton's come up with Frank Q. Drew.
Not
I like
bad.
That one. I like that one. Peter Taylor, Clark Salter.
Yeah.
Bill Shankly from Morley Minute. Carlos Costley from Pornograph.
Carlos Coughlin.
They've got to starting to ache again already. Chill, Merrick. You'll have to carry on, mate. Oh, gosh. Oh, dear.
Cashley Cole, Mary Grill.
Cashley Cole.
Cashley Cole.
Oh, dear. Nick Wellsby says, good luck Blues, home Stoke City. If result Blues win, need 3 points. I couldn't agree with you more, mate. I couldn't agree with you more. I don't know where the time's gone again today.
I know, it's flown by tonight.
And the weirdest thing is, it's now dark outside.
I know.
Oh, yes, that's right.
So like, winter is definitely on its way then.
Yeah.
I think that's the last
Well,
one.
that's the optimist.
That's the
Soon
last
be
warm day
Christmas.
we're going to have of the year.
We haven't even beat August.
Lukas Djukovic. Get that one. Get Chris Houghton back. Simon Watkins. We've got a caretaker, full-time manager.
Yeah.
Get Chris
coach.
who?
Chris Houghton.
Oh.
Right. Ren
No.
Handon and Cheng biggest bank robbers in China from Kev Kelly. Joe Lolly. Yes, Peter Taylor. That's a good one. Yeah. Jerry Grill. That one, Vince Overdraft.
That's good.
Billy Bond.
Ray's thinking too much.
I reckon Ray does this all week. You know, he's got thousands of subjects, which he's written.
Imagine people in their homes now watching this, trying to think of these, and someone sat next to them, and they've got no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Like us.
Yeah.
Security
That's how I
gardener.
feel most of the
Security gardener.
Yeah.
Security gardener.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not responding.
All right.
I think Nicholas Wellsbury wants to see Chris Houghton or Lee Bowyer back at.
Oh, well,
Yeah, he's made that quite clear.
Yes,
I'll
I know,
still
yeah.
stick with what we've got at the moment.
Every single page.
Yeah.
I'll still stick with what we've got at the moment. Well, Peter Withdraw. I like that one. Peter Withdraw. Yeah. Lee Bank Clark. Lee Bank Clark. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. Withdraw. Dear. Boy Sports apparently love this section.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
No.
Is that right, Chris?
Sorry?
Boy Sports have actually written to you and said they love this section.
Unfortunately, they do.
What?
Our principal
Yeah.
sponsor, Boyle Sports, have written to Chris saying that they love the last 15 minutes. The last 15
That's
minutes
heartbreaking.
sponsored by Boyle Sports.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
That's what it's going to be known as from here on.
I'm trying to think of one. I think everyone's sort of got ones I would have thought of.
Quite a difficult subject, actually, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I can't think of
I'll
one.
let it rumble. Okay, so it's Stoke City home on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff, Trillion Trophies, St Andrews, Trillion Trophies Stadium. Be there, make some noise, right? Let's get the unity back again, please. Can't have all this falling out and not loving one another. It's not good for the spirit and
There
the
seems
soul.
to have been a lot of falling out.
Not good.
It's just frustration, isn't it, when we lose? And when we lose like that as well, it's not nice.
I understand it, but it's
You
still a
don't
work
mind,
in progress.
you don't mind losing if you've seen them, you know.
No.
If you've seen a fight.
If you've seen, yeah, I'm not going to say, I'm not
No,
going to say
no,
fight.
don't.
I'm not going to say
Don't,
fight,
but don't.
but if you've seen us work the opposition's goalkeeper a few times, I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say fight.
A bit of an attacking.
Yeah. I want to see the opposition's goalkeeper a lot busier than what I've seen, especially away from home so far this season.
Sylvan Ebanks Blake and
The one above it's the best.
Ross Barclays.
I knew it was Mike. I knew Mike.
That's not a bad one.
Ross Barclays and Lloyd's Dyer.
Lloyd's Dyer.
Gary Hampton, thank you guys. Thank you, Gary, for listening. Keep right on. Don't forget, we do this every single Monday night, all the way through the football season. There are times when we have the odd Monday off if it's bank holiday, and Chris is usually parked up in his caravan somewhere. But we'll try our best to get it done on a
I
Tuesday.
think it has to be done, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Has
to be done.
Where did you go, by the way?
Sorry?
Where did you go?
We've got it sighted over in Shrewsbury. So,
Okay,
yeah.
right, very nice, very nice. Yeah, so it's a big one Saturday. This is they're going to be up for it. They're winning 2-0 tonight. I don't know what the latest is, Chris. Anyway,
Who are they playing again tonight?
Leeds. Yeah, exactly.
You don't know what the teams are, do you?
No. But yeah, I think it's vitally important that
Still
from the
0-2.
Still 0-2. From the absolute off, we are the noisiest in that football ground.
Yeah.
Right, so try and get in early. If you want a pie, you're entitled to buy one. It's entirely your prerogative. If you want to write to me and ask me what my opinion was, or if you want to look at the video where I'm the only person that knows how to eat a pie, you're very welcome to. Mr. Sheen, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much indeed.
Mr. Fun, thank you very much indeed. And
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Brown. This once again has been the Tilton Talk Show every Monday, 7:30 to 9, even though we did it on a Tuesday today. And keep doing the competitions as well. Lots of things to win throughout the course of the year. Good luck to Birmingham City on Saturday. Let's hope and pray for 3 points and a safe journey to everybody that's going. Thank you very much. Take care.
Good night.
We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's the team, down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. The chant of Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's hear you in the cup, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the point at home when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have